What it do, people? Welcome to the Best Deck series, Genesis Edition, where I take one of my favorite Genesis Yu-Gi-Oh decks and try to go undefeated with it at locals to prove that the deck that I'm playing is the best deck. Now, there is one catch to this. I only had 5 attempts to do this, so that means 5 episodes worth. And if I don't go undefeated after 5 episodes, then I just look like a dummy and the deck that I'm playing is not the best deck. You've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you already know we're on Resonators, we're on Red Dragon Archfiend, baby. So I'm going to show you guys my deck profile just to show you what we're working with. Then I'll show you a quick 1-card combo, and then we'll go to locals and try to go undefeated. Let's try it out. So for the starters, I'm on triple Soul Resonator to search our deck for monsters, triple Resonator Call to search our deck for monsters, triple Crimson Gaia, you guessed it, to search our deck for monsters, and triple copies Resonator Command to search our deck for, guess what, more monsters. I'm then on triple Vision Resonator. This is an extender if we control a level 5 dark monster, and then when it hits the grave you could search your deck for a Red Dragon Archfiend spell trap. The 1 Crimson Resonator, and then the 1 Synchron Resonator. Synchron lets you add back your Resonators that are in the grave when it's sent to grave as Synchro Summon, and Crimson lets you special summon 2 Resonators from the deck. And then on the 1 Red Zone, just to help pop our opponent's board and to respawn our banished Dark Dragon Synchros. The 1 Fiendish Golem, just to banish our opponent's monsters. And for some extenders, I'm on triple Bone Archfiend, and its main use is to dump a Resonator from deck to grave. The 1 Wandering King Wildwind, just to special summon for free, and then on the following turn we can banish it to search our deck for a monster. And I'm then on the 1 copy of Red Lotus King Flame Crime. This is another extender. When it's sent to grave, you get to dump the Red Rain from deck to grave. When you Synchro Summon, Red Rain can add itself back to hand, and basically Red Rain just banishes all of your opponent's monsters and makes your monster unaffected by card effects, which is super sick, and the fact that you could just do it on a loop, to me, is busted. I just want to mention that so far we're at 0 points, which means that we have so much room for non-engine right now, it's actually crazy. So for the non-engine, I'm on triple copies of Nibiru, 10 points per copy, putting our deck to 30 points so far. Nibiru just wipes our opponent's board. Triple copies of Droll and Lockbird. Droll is 5 points per copy, which means so far we're at 45 points, and Droll just stops our opponent from searching. Triple copies of Ash Blossom just to stop our opponent from going into their main deck, essentially. The fact that we can run Ash Blossom at 3 is absolutely insane. It's not normal and it's kind of busted. But anyway, yeah, Ash Blossom is 15 points per copy, which means it's at 45 points. This puts our deck right now to 90 points total. Triple copies of DD Crow, as well as triple copy of Skullmeister. Both of these hand traps are 0 points. So we're still at 90 points total, but yeah, DD Crow and Skullmeister just stops our opponent's graveyard shenanigans. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into this extra deck here. So I'm on triple Red Rising just to respawn our Resonators. 2 copies of Scarred Dragon Archfiend to turbo out our OG Red Dragon Archfiend and potentially break our opponent's board. 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend just to deal burn damage and hopefully close out some games, and to break our opponent's board as well. It just pops all other special summon monsters. 1 copy of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss just to be our targeted Omni Negate. And then the 1 copy of Bestial Dispatter. This card is 10 points, putting our deck to 100 points total so far. Bestial Dispatter could be a monster negate, or it could pop an opponent's monster. And on top of that, it could actually respawn a banished monster, which is super sick. I'm on the double copies of Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Bane just to recycle our Red Dragon Archfiends in the graveyard easier and just put more damage on board. The 1 Red Nova Dragon. This thing gains 500 attack for each tuner in the grave, and it cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is super sick. And then obviously the 1 Red Supernova Dragon. This thing cannot be destroyed by card effects. It can banish your opponent's entire field as a quick effect in response to a monster either attacking or activating its effect. And you could do it twice with Red Zone, which is busted, and I feel like, honestly, this card is just going to carry us. And then to round off the extra deck, guys, the 1 Quibelt, the Blade Dragon, on summon it pops a card, and I feel like having that extra, way to just break our opponent's board is going to be really good in this deck. So yeah, that's it for the extra deck, guys. For the side deck, guys, I'm on triple Dark Ruler No More, as well as triple copies of Swords of Concealing Light. These are our board breakers to help us just go second. I'm then on triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, as well as triple copies of Mystical Space Typhoon just to help break our opponent's back row. And to round off the side deck, guys, I'm on triple Shared Ride. I think this card is absolutely busted. There's no reason for it to be at 0 points. It's a little too good. Each time our opponent searches, we draw a card. Absolutely busted, dude. You side this in going first, we're gonna win so many games with Shared Ride, I'm telling you right now. Alright guys, so this is going to be the main combo that I'm going to try and pull off at locals, and all you really need is your Soul Resonator to pull this off and a random card to discard. So I'm going to go ahead and start by normal summoning Soul. I'm going to go Soul Effect to search. We'll search out our Bone Archfiend. I'm going to go Bone Archfiend, effect to discard a random card and special summon itself. I'm then going to go Bone Archfiend, target Soul Resonator, decrease its level by 1, and dump Crimson from deck to grave. I'm then going to go ahead and use these two to synchro summon into our Red Rising Dragon. And on summon, Red Rising Dragon is going to target Crimson Resonator and respawn it. I'm then going to go Crimson Resonator, effect to special summon 2 Resonators from deck. We'll special summon Vision, and we will special summon Synchron. I'm then going to go Red Rising and Vision to make our Scarred Dragon Archfiend. And on summon, Vision is going to trigger to add our Crimson Gaia directly from our deck to our hand. I'm then going to activate Crimson Gaia, effect to search our Fiendish Golem. I'll then use Scarred Dragon Archfiend and Crimson Resonator to make our Bestial Dispatter. And on summon, Scarred Dragon Archfiend is going to trigger to special summon Red Dragon Archfiend OG directly from our extra deck. Then I'm going to go ahead and use Synchron Resonator as well as Red Dragon Archfiend to make Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, our Omni Negate. And on summon, Synchron Resonator is going to trigger to add Soul Resonator from our graveyard to our hand. And this is where the combo is going to end. I'm just going to set Fiendish Golem and then I'll pass. So the reason why this is so good is because we have Fiendish Golem to just banish one of our opponent's monsters. We have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss to just be an Omni Negate. And then Bestial Dispatter, whatever we banished off of Fiendish Golem, we can just shuffle that back into the deck to negate an opponent's monster effect, which is super freaking cool. So that's the main combo that I'm going to try and pull off. But let me show you a cool spicy combo where we summon our main boss monster, the Red Supernova Dragon. So now I'm going to show you the Red Supernova Dragon combo. So we're just going to start with our main starter, the Soul Resonator. We're going to go normal summon Soul Resonator, effect to search Bone. We're going to go Bone effect, discard a random card from hand, special. We're then going to go Bone effect, target Soul, dump Crimson from deck. And yes, this is basically the exact same combo, but I'll show you where it differentiates here. So then we're going to use these two, and we are going to synchro summon into our Red Rising Dragon. This is all standard so far. And on summon, Red Rising is going to respawn our Crimson Resonator. I'm then going to go Crimson effect to special summon 2 Resonators from deck. And this is where the combo differentiates here, because now we have enough material on board right away to just make our main boss monster, the Red Supernova Dragon. Alright, and on summon of Red Supernova Dragon, Vision is going to trigger to add any Red Dragon Archfiend spell trap from deck. I like adding Crimson Gaia. I'm then going to activate Crimson Gaia. Crimson Gaia effect to search Red Zone, and then we set, and that's it, guys. That's the whole combo. The reason why this is super powerful is because on our opponent's standby phase, we're just going to activate Red Zone just so we have it activated, ready to go. And anytime our opponent activates a monster effect, we're going to go Red Supernova Dragon, chain to banish itself, and then just banish our opponent's entire field, okay? And then at any point, we could just go Red Zone effect to bring back our Red Supernova Dragon. And then guess what? If they activate a monster effect or declare an attack, we're just going to go Red Supernova Dragon effect, banish itself, and banish our opponent's entire freaking field again, dude. This is absolutely busted, dude. And then on the following turn, you could go Crimson Gaia, effect to search anything. You can go Red Zone effect, bring back Red Supernova Dragon, and then you can very easily just OTK with like Scarred and then like OG or something, because this dude is at like, how much attack is he at right now? Right now he's at 5, 10, 15, 20. Dude, he's at 6k attack alone, bro. So this is basically game, essentially. And this is another combo that we can go for if we know our opponent fumbles to board wipes. Okay, real quick, before we head on over to locals, our sleeves are musty, dusty, crusty. We need new sleeves. I'm going to sleeve up the deck, and then we're going to head on over to locals, and we're going to try and go undefeated, baby. Let's freaking go, dude.
Oh, yeah, new sleeves, yeah. If y'all get the reference, please let me know in the comments below. I'm trying out these new sleeves, the Hypermat Minis. Apparently they're goated. I don't know, I guess we'll find out after the tournament. I'll let y'all know. But yeah, deck's ready to go. Let's go to locals, baby.
So for round 1, game 1, we played against Vanquish Soul K9. I win the dice roll, and it's actually very scary because Vanquish Soul K9 can do so much like turn 0 plays on your own turn, which is scary. But it's all good. We were able to play through it. We were able to make Red Supernova Dragon as well as the Abyss for the Omni Negate, and constantly just banishing his field as well as negating his stuff with our Abyss. It was a little bit too much for our opponent to deal with, and so we take round 1, game 1. Round 1, game 2, they go first. They establish a board, but I end up Nibiruing it. And on top of the Nibiru, I'm making a whole bunch of Synchro monsters, playing through the Vanquish Soul Canine stuff, and he's just not able to keep up with it. It was a long grind game, and it actually did almost go into time, but at the very end, we were able to just overwhelm him with the crazy amount of engine that we got, and that's it for round 1, guys. We took the win. We overwhelmed the Vanquish Soul Canine player, and we took the dub. Let's freaking go. So for round 2, game 1, we played against a 6 Samurai player, and he wins the dice roll, but we opened up so good. We opened up a few hand traps and a few starters. The few hand traps that I had basically forced my opponent to end on like a half board with like, I think 1 Synchro monster and like a bit follow-up. And obviously, you know, it's Red Dragon Archfiend. We were able to go absolutely balls to the walls, craziness, big wombo combo. We ended on the Red Supernova as well as the OG Red Dragon Archfiend. We were able to like break his board and punch for 7k. And at this point, because of the hand traps and whatnot, he kind of ran out of resources and he didn't really have anything to out my Red Supernova Dragon. So essentially, it was just game right then and there. So for round 2, game 2 against the 6 Samurai player, they go first. I sided in a bunch of board breakers. They were able to set up a board. I still had some hand traps, which did kind of force him to make somewhat of a board. But then my board breakers were able to just break the board for free. I made a whole bunch of Synchro monsters, guys. I overwhelmed him. I had too much going on. I went full combo. So I had hand traps, board breakers, used the board breakers to break his board. I didn't have any starters, but then came around my turn. I drew my starter. I had more than enough to overwhelm him, and I was able to just take the game. So right now we are 2-0 against freaking 6 Samurai and Vanquish Soul Canine. I'm actually like ecstatic on how well we're doing. So I have some unfortunate news, guys. This was only a 3-round tournament. This is round 3 now, and I unfortunately got the bye. And if you don't know what the bye means, basically, it just means your opponent either didn't show up for the round, or they just left, or they gave up, or whatever. Point is, they were not there to participate in round 3, which means we get the auto win, which means technically we did go undefeated. Very first episode, we went 3-0 technically, but I'm not going to consider it an actual win because we didn't have to do anything. Our opponent literally just didn't show up for the final round. So it's very anticlimactic, unfortunately, but we still went 2-0, okay? We're still undefeated at this point, but just not really because, you know, like I didn't have to do anything to achieve the last win. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for today's episode of the Best Deck series. We did technically go undefeated, but in a way we didn't because we got the free win. So, I mean, I'm not really going to count it. Either way, though, I'm super ecstatic with how well this deck is performing already in episode 1. I kind of figured, you know, like we wouldn't do too well, but I will say being able to have a 0-point cost engine just frees up so much space for like hand traps and stuff, which feels like I do have an edge over most people. It was very clear. The hand traps did really help out. But yeah, that being said, if you guys have any tips on how I can make my deck better or any like other combos that I can do, please let me know in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to stay tuned and watch out for episode 2 of the Best Deck series, Red Dragon Archfiend Genesis Format Edition. I'm so excited to bring you guys this content. Let's go, baby. Let's go.